It's not your situation, I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic, it's just that I'm an addict for your love. I'm not the only one that holds you. You never ever should have told me I'm your own girl. I'm not the only one that holds you. I never ever should have told you you're my only world. Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you like a king. It's really not confusing, it's just a young illusion, can't you see? You're the only one that holds you. You never ever should have told me I'm your own girl. I'm not the only one that holds you. You never should have ever told you you're my own world. Georgie, Pogie, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgie, Pogie, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgie, Pogie, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. It's not your situation, I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic, it's just that I'm an addict for your love. I'm the only one that holds you. You never ever should have told me I'm your own girl. I'm the only one that holds you. Never should have ever told you you're my own world. Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Yeah, Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Yeah, Georgia, Boja, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them high. Georgia, Georgia, kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Georgia, Georgia, yeah. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Kiss the girls and make them cry.
It's your favorite African. Cool. Comics talking shit.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? What's up? What it do? Welcome to the show.
Cool.
Welcome to Comics Talk Shit.
Cool. Put it on you for just 1 second. Only
Put
you.
it on me?
Put it on you for just 1 second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And she's back. Cool.
I'm back.
Hey, give it up for my lovely host, Mystina. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
For people that didn't know that, the music that was playing at the beginning of the show is her band, Karma T, and they're phenomenal. I was jamming it back on Porgy, Beauty Pop, get together, make you pop. I love that stuff.
Karma's T on Facebook. You can follow us. That's right.
Go.
Yep.
Follow your fan page and your regular fan page and Karma T. Follow them. All that good stuff.
Yes, my regular fan page, Mystina.
So what's up with the outfit? I'm liking the outfit though. You got the little Oprah Winfrey thing going. What's up with the outfit? Let's talk about that. What's going on?
Thank you. So when I heard we're featuring these wonderful guests on tonight, and it's going to be just a lot of beautiful conversation, I said,
people, very powerful people.
Very powerful people, and you know who had beautiful conversations with powerful people? Oprah Winfrey. So this is like my Oprah talk show look.
That's your Oprah talk show. I like it. So it's like, we're gonna set the mood right. We're gonna get everything right.
We're gonna set the mood right. Yes.
Man, look, I wore a pink shirt. I was like, man, I'm about to bust out my pink shirt. You know what I mean? So I can look like a delicious salmon. You know what I mean?
A delicious
get my thing going. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up my salmon. This is my salmon. My salmon color shirt, you know what I mean? I do this like once in a while, but I pull it out today because it's this very special show because we have a beautiful blues singer and he's entertaining, he's super funny, man. And we have a poet. Oh my God, she's a poet, she's a nurse, she's a host. Then we have a comedian, that she's an internet sensation, she's an actress. So we have like so many people for 3 genres of entertainment. You know that we have, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? We have a comedian, a poet, and a singer in one show?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's fucking insane. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We're blessed. We're blessed to have them.
Absolutely.
Because I know they have a busy schedule, and we just brought them to the show. Like, you know what? I know you guys are busy, but we need y'all for 2 hours. And they go, you know what? We're going to do it. And I was like, yay. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Right.
But so let's get the show rolling. Let's get the show rolling. So, yes. So we're going to have 2 people perform. They're on the show.
Mm-hmm.
First guy I bring on stage to perform, man, he is my guy. I love him. He performs all over the country, and he loves Canada a lot, apparently. My man, Ryan Adam Wells.
What's up, Q? Hey. How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan Adam Wells. It's an original song. It's called 2 Is Us, 1 Is Me. It's about meeting people in bars, which is something that none of us can do right now. Anyway, here we go. Well, I met you at the bar and swept up your feet, and we started up a little romance. Yeah, I wanted you around all the time, but I was trying to get into your pants. And now every single day it's, honey, come here. Honey, do this with me. And I feel like I'm reaching and grasping for air. Well, the current sweeps me out to sea. It vibes the party. I don't want to go. If 4 is company, I'd rather be alone. Cause 3's a crowd, but that ain't what I need. 2 is us, 1 is me. Well, 1 was fine, and we were pushing it at 2. Now 3 got me going insane. And I can see them wheels chugging and turning in the element you call a brain. Well, I ain't no honeydew, no, I'm a cantaloupe, and I can't be tied down at all. And I see 3 little words forming on your lips. There's one place I don't fall, and 5's the party. I don't want to go. And 4 is coming, I'd rather be alone. Cause 3's a crowd, and that ain't what I need. 2 is us, 1 is me. Well, they say 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. And I'm fine with lonely if it means I don't gotta see you. If 5's a party, I don't wanna go. And 4 is company. I'd rather be alone now, cause the breeze will crowd. And that ain't what I need. Two is us. That's too many, oh Lord. Two is us. And one is me. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Well, hang tight. We're about to bring you back up, brother. Hang tight. All right. Next performer of the night. My God, I'm so happy to have her on the show. I'm blessed. I'm really blessed. I've been knowing her for a long time. She is literally the best poet in Houston. Literally. Got her for a busy schedule to bless us with a beautiful spoken word. I want to give it up for the amazing Kanei.
Hi guys. My name is Kanei, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. I put on a costume every day. And no, I don't like playing dress up. Halloween is not year round. I am not going trick or treat because this is daily life for me. You see, I'm Wonder Woman. Funny how we get automatically slated into these roles. I am a mother, a stand-in father, a grieving daughter, a sister, a aunt, a teacher, a role model, a professional at work. But most of all, what I am is tired. And when I'm not being Wonder Woman, I am Storm. I can control the climate. I can control the weather. Here lately, I don't know if I can control the weather because the weather I can't survive. And the forecast predicts snow. And my fists are throwing flurries like Floyd Mayweather, and it's only round 2 and I'm losing. Praying to God that he sends me what I'm missing, but most of all, what I need is some assistance. Subjected to my own truth, last soul truth revealed, it's love. Every emotion has found a residence inside me, but not love. Several attempts to find companionship, someone to be invincible with, hell, someone to shovel the shit with. All attempts failed, but trying not to become jaded is tough. My skin no longer soft or smooth, but now calloused and rough, but that's the price the superhero pays. Saving everyone else but herself, but now God sees. And the God-fearing king he sent to me, you see, he be different. Somehow I didn't have to teach him how to listen. Before I can tell him what I needed, he already knew what I was missing. He states he comes bearing fruit and not to subtract, but to be an addition. You see this package? It arrived at my door. It wasn't marked fragile. It did not say do not bend. It came in one piece. No instructions, nothing to put together. One piece to be my piece. You see, he be different. He removed my cape and replaced it with his arms. Wiped off my mask and replaced them with gentle kisses, gently removing all of my fear. And when he spoke in a language that only God and I can hear. And he said to me, I see you. The doors of my heart are wide open, but what I need you to do is to walk through. I'm not afraid to love you. So now I don't have to play dress up, and I don't celebrate Halloween. And there are all tricks and no treats. And being naked and daily in love is life for me. Boom.
We gotta snap our finger. There you go. Snap the finger. That's what I'm talking about, Kanei. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Who are you in love with?
Right. We'll talk to a little. Hang tight. We're gonna go to our segment right quick. All right. Top 3 stories, girl. What we got? Top 3 stories. What we have?
Well, this one was interesting. Went right through my desk. Not through my desk, but through somebody's house. A Patchogue man over here in Long Island, okay? He went right through somebody's second floor with his car. Did you get that?
I'm about to pull up right now. So he was drunk and he ran into somebody else's house, right?
We don't know if he was drunk.
Wow.
It doesn't say. It just says he lost control of his car. He was speeding. and he went right through the second floor of this woman's house.
Holy shit. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I saw the story, you told me about the story, I automatically said to myself, somebody must have been on some coke, also some opioids, or some Persian stacks or something, because there's no way you can fuck up that house like that. That's insane.
Yeah.
And you said, what happened to, did they get hurt? What happened to the people in the car?
He had minor injuries, like literally just like scrapes.
Minor
And
injuries?
minor injuries, and the woman that was inside the house, she only suffered an eye injury.
Okay. That motherfucker, those drivers on cocaine. That's what happened. He was on coke. Like, it was literally like the scene from fucking Wolf of Wall Street when he was on the opioids and he thought he was going home and he was
Yes,
fucking
that
falling
was
down
my
the
favorite
steps
scene.
and he got in a car and he thought he made it home and couldn't find. He didn't do none of that shit. That's what happened.
That was my favorite scene, hands
opioids.
down.
He thought he was going home and fucked up somebody's house. Now
Yep.
he's gonna go to prison. It's crazy.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is insane. That's crazy. What's your
I
next story?
know. Oh my gosh. Entanglement news. Yeah. August.
Oh boy.
What is he like?
Mr.
Does he
August
hang out with
Alsina.
Takashi 69?
Right? Yeah, he got that little Takashi 69 hairstyle going. Like, he really, to me, he looks like a fucking black ass fucking carrot top or like fucking Psycho Bob. Sideshow Bob. That's what he looked like. He looked like a black Sideshow Bob from the
Oh
Simpsons.
my god, you are so wrong.
Where
So
is he
he's
going with that fucking hairstyle? It's crazy.
So he's explaining why he had an affair with Jada and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's just rehashing this, and Jada and Will just want it gone, but he's just pushing this in the media. So it's like, okay.
He's like
Let's
a horrible
cover it.
rash that he just doesn't want to go away. Like, he keep itching and just put some ointment on him. He still doesn't want to go away. Like, dude, you had your 5 minutes of fame. Now go away. You know, he dropped a fucking song called Entanglement. And that shit this shouldn't even make number one. That song was so garbage. It didn't even make number one. I said, you did all of that shit trying to ruin Will Smith's life, and you didn't even make a number one album. Fuck you. Get out of here. I don't care about it.
Go away.
Yeah. Wait, what's your next story?
Oh my goodness. Oh, this one was pretty interesting because one of the reasons why is because I didn't know YouTube influencers can make dough like that. But Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul,
YouTube guy.
He's a YouTube guy, like you said, and the FBI recently raided his house, and he thinks it's all a big joke, so he's doing a music video about it.
Yeah. So let's get it straight. He's doing a diss song to the FBI. So he's dissing the FBI? Or
I guess so. Like, but why would you want to diss the FBI? Like, that's the last kind of people that you want to diss.
Right? You don't fuck with FBI. You leave them alone. That's federal. FBI gets their man. The police might not get their man, but the FBI, they always get their man.
Yeah, I don't know how smart that is, but I don't know. He must think he's safe in that mansion.
Yeah, and when did he start rapping? I didn't even know the motherfucker rapped. Like, today, I just knew that today. He's rapping now? Okay.
I don't know. Right. Yo no sé.
Because look at him. He looked like a goddamn Trader Joe's Eminem. What the fuck is he doing? What is he doing?
He looks like the one with the almond, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What this one watered down Eminem talking about?
The watered down Eminem.
It has nothing to talk about. All right. Before I bring up the guests, guys, word from our sponsors.
This is the thing. Mitigation is for every case. Those character letters can really go a long way in a criminal case, given to the DA or given to the judge in considering the punishment. And I teach people about criminal defense sentencing, how to write a character letter, what to put in the letter, what not to put in the letter, who gets the letter, why do these letters even matter? How do we empower the decision maker, whether it's a DA or a judge, to give mercy to our loved one or to ourselves? You know, how do we empower them to give us or give that person grace? We don't necessarily always know the why behind the crime. And if you're curious enough to want to find out, then you're also opening up yourself to the possibility of having compassion. Koo, thank you so much for letting me sponsor your show.
She's got like that nice 1-900 number voice.
She really does. She really does that real soothing voice. That's one of my best friends. She's awesome. All right, are you ready for the show? Are you ready, Miss Tina? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited. I got dressed up for it.
I know you got the jacket, looking elegant and amazing. You have your hard-hitting questions for these people, not comedians, but obviously entertainers.
Right.
Okay, these guys, man. First guest I'm so excited to bring each and every one of them. The first guest I bring on stage, man, she literally is one of the funniest people in the world, man. She has videos online. She's a designer. She hosts a lot of events. Give it up for Trinity Newman.
Trinity.
What's up, girl? Your mic's off. You got your mic off.
I feel like I was over here slurping my water. Hi, guys.
Hey.
How y'all
What's
doing?
going on? Because I love it. It never fails. Like, people forget to turn their mic on.
I know, like, yeah.
You're talking to me like, oh, shit.
I was like, oh, my bad. The rest of us. How y'all doing?
And I feel kind of bad, though. We're doing pretty good. I feel kind of bad that the rest of the panels, they performed, and you didn't perform. I go, damn, I should have let Trinity do like 2 minutes of stand-up and go, all right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, I know.
Like, I don't want to fuck with that shit.
For the future.
She's like, no, just they can have that. They can have all that stuff.
No, I listen. I enjoyed like watching the performers, and of course, Christina with her band. I love live bands, so I was like, oh, it's a whole thing, and I was like, should I go like change or something in here? Like,
no, baby, come as you are, Trinity. Come as you are.
But
yeah, but they were jamming though, right? They were jamming. And it was like different locations and make that shit all sound great. That was fucking phenomenal, man.
Yes, I need more of that for real.
Amazing. All right, my next guest, man. Like I said, you just saw do a spoken word, man. Powerful lady, man. She hosts a lot of events. She's one of the best poets in Houston, man.
Absolutely.
Give it up for Kanei. What's up? What's going on, killer?
We are here.
Yeah, we're here. We are here. Thank God. We're here.
You said it was going to be like some pop culture, so I put on all my name stuff.
Yes, I forgot to put on my Virgo necklace. Doggone.
Look, I got my Jimmy on the Block hoops.
Oh, she's from New York. She's from Long Island, so she's a New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorican, so I understand the hoop thing. I don't necessarily have them on today. I just got like these little plain ones, but I'm trying to be open. So
I'm from Texas, but I need to go get some hoops.
Yeah, you're doing your Oprah thing, so you gotta.
Right, I'm doing my Oprah thing. Yeah,
because you got your hair down and everything. It was just like boom. It's perfect. I like it. All right, my last guest, man. You just saw him bless us with some beautiful music, man. One of my best friends in the world, Ryan Adam Wells. What up, baby?
Thank you. Hey, everybody.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? How's everybody holding up? Everybody great? Everybody doing awesome?
Being corona-free.
Being corona-free.
Amen.
Now we're going to go straight corona-free. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's start with elephant in the room, corona.
Mm-hmm.
My man Adam. Yeah, Ryan had it. I had it. So, and Kanei's a nurse. And Trinity, you never had it, right?
My mom seems to think that in 2017 I had it because I went to China.
2017?
I know everybody laughs about it, but then when they think about it, like, oh wait,
it was like 3 years ago.
I had everything. I went to Beijing, China. I was and I got sick out there. They laughing, like he laughing. I almost died twice. Actually, when I did your show like 2 years ago, if you I was like I was Oompa Loompa, like I had gained 30 pounds because I couldn't breathe, but that was because of it. No, it's you laughing. Mm-hmm. It was all of what y'all had, no, for real. But I went to physicians. They didn't know what was wrong. So they just kept saying, you have upper respiratory something. So bronchitis it is, and pneumonia it is. And you ain't going to die, but you might die. But we don't know what you got. So just go home.
What did you have? Some bat soup?
No. The funny thing, we had a tour guide, and I kept saying, I don't want to eat. Oh, hey, that's on me right there. But we had a tour guide, and I was like, listen, I don't want to eat nothing. I know y'all like all that foreign stuff. Don't give me no. I said, well, I don't want no dog. I want no kitty cat. I want rat. I don't want no rat. And he was like, no, it's all good. And that one place we went, I'll be honest, everything looked real suspect, but I ate it anyway. And that night I was real sick. So I don't know if it was that or just the air there, but I know I was real dramatic. I was like, don't let me die here. Don't let me. It was bad. And I mean, I went through it for a year where they just stood on, and then yeah. They was like, you have SARS, you had something. But what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
No, because I remember you doing my show 2 years ago, and you I mean, yeah, because you don't look like you were 2 years ago. You look amazing.
31 pounds, like you But yeah, I mean, I need to get tested for the antibodies because they're convinced. I mean, maybe I should, so I know. There was some cooties in there for sure. I don't know if it was like old cooties from SARS, but it was something up in there for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. That is
COVID
crazy.
cooties.
And Ryan, you had that recently. How was your experience with the COVID-19?
Oh, it was awful, man. I got struck down. I had every symptom except for the lack of taste and smell. But I kept those, which I mean didn't help me none because I was bedridden. It was terrible. I mean, I had the chills, the fever, the can't get cool enough, can't get warm enough, and the neighbors actually asked if they should call the hospital for me because they could hear me coughing through the walls.
Holy shit!
It was bad. I was worried, and being a singer, like that cough, you get terrified, and hearing the horror stories about people that get it in their lungs and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to lose my voice for the rest of my life or something. It was not a good. It was about a whole month too that I was down for. I mean, the worst of the symptoms was about 4 or 5 days, but I was like living with that exhaustion and that fatigue and like leftover symptoms for about a whole month. It was bad.
Wow. You know what protected you? You know what protected you?
What's that?
That beard. That beard protected you.
It really got a lot more. It's got a lot fuller since then. Honestly, it was nicely coiffed and trimmed, and I kind of let it go.
It's all right. Rock and roll.
Right. Yeah. So Kanei, so you're a nurse and you experienced that. So what is your take on this whole COVID-19? Is it as serious as everybody think it is, or people are just blown out of proportion? Because you're out there in the battlefield.
It is as serious as we're taking it too lightly, I think. It is. So let me just start with this part. Okay, so COVID hospitalizations are down, which is a great thing. So that means people are actually surviving COVID. They're going home, they're quarantining, and they're actually getting through. So like you, Koo, and probably Ryan, like you guys did it at home, although it sucked, you guys survived it, which is good. So, but it is definitely killing people. Like some of our populations are just not surviving it. And it goes back to, and people think it's funny, but it goes back to what our parents has taught us. It's hand washing. It's hand washing. It's hand washing. It's hand washing. And to protect each other, we have to mask. I don't know how. I'm hoping that somehow Joe Biden gets up there and make masking cool, because once people think it's cool, everybody will start doing it.
Right.
We need to mask. It's just simple as that. And people don't understand your risk factor goes from not wearing a mask being 0 protected to wearing a single mask and being 95% protected.
Wow.
That's a big number. Like people are like, I don't want to wear a mask. I'm like, but if you don't wear a mask, you can get it. But if you wear a mask, you're protected 95%. So you have a 5% chance of getting it. Wow. And then on top of that, if you social distance and you have a mask, you're good. Now, if you touch something and don't wash your hands some of us, we just not good with the hand hygiene, but we just have to be diligent. Like if you go out, you go to the grocery store, shop, get in your car, hand sanitize, go. When you get home, take your groceries, put them up, wash your hands. Absolutely. Just, I can't express how important hand washing is. Wow. It's just so important.
So it's that simple that people don't pay attention to that. That's
it's right. We all do it. Like we're all, we all do it, right? We go, and then and then something on your lip, and you know, and boom, right? But from what the research is telling us, people, it's a flimsy virus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the minute that, we're doing the hand sanitizing and, it's gone. So if you're washing your hands and you're using the hand sanitizer and you're doing it, it sounds crazy, but the happy birthday song is in full effect for everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Do it, because then you're going 95%, 85%, 75%, 0% is gone. Right? I'm just trying to make it fun. Like, we have to find and get inventive and get creative on how we as a people, as a complete humanity, to say, hey, you know what? We're going to join hands and we're going to get together and we're going to be corona free.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. If it's not corona 4 years from now, it's going to be something else.
Right.
But we have to listen to science. We have to listen to the experts. We have to. They say, wash your hands, wear a mask. I'm washing my hands. I've been a nurse 25 years. They tell me to wash my hands and wear a mask. I'm washing my hands, wearing a mask.
Period.
With a T.
So does it matter, like, which birthday song you choose, like Stevie Wonder or 50 Cent, like Go Shorty, it's your birthday.
Yeah,
gonna party like it doesn't matter?
No, you can do that as long as you get through the hook, but you got to do the whole hook.
Oh, okay, you got to get through the whole hook. Okay, got it.
No, but I think it's infuriating because I was one of the people. I had this shit when it wasn't like when it was the beginning. I had it in March. I had that shit in March 15th. I had that like in the beginning. I had this. The first thing I had was, I'm gonna tell you this. I had the sore throat first, and I was like, oh, I used to get sore throat. It's fine. I know what it is, sore throat. But in my mind, I was still being ignorant because I'm African. I go, I'm from Africa. I'm never gonna get COVID-19. This shit don't happen to Africans. This blah, blah, blah,
get
blah.
you some pepper soup. Get you some pepper
exactly.
soup.
I was ignorant. I was like this. I had in my African accent. It's not going to happen to me because I have lion blood in my system. I fight any COVID-19 all day. So I had the sore throat. I was like, oh shit, I got a sore throat. What the fuck? And next thing I know, y'all, something told me to put it on CNN. And when I put on CNN, fucking CNN gave me COVID-19. As soon as I turned on CNN, I had fucking COVID-19 to say. I was like, God damn, I got a fever. I swear to you, I'm not making it. As soon as I turned CNN, I started having a fever. I was like, shit. CNN gave me COVID-19. But like Ryan said, man, I had the fever for like a week. But what it does is it's a very different kind of virus. It attacks whatever your immune system, whatever your deficiencies are, it attacks that. If you have autoimmune deficiency, he's going to attack that. If you have anything, I had back problems anyway. So what he did was it attacked my back aggressively. So I had like back problems for like literally a month. So yeah, it's real. So it's infuriating when people say, "Oh, this shit's a hoax." I'm like, motherfucker, I hope you get that shit, so you understand how serious this shit is.
It's the Muhammad Ali of flus, right? You know what I mean? Like, because reality says like flu comes and it kills people every year. Like we people die of flu every year. Right. COVID-19 has killed a lot of people, but it's different for us because it's new. We don't know what it looks like. It's coming, but we don't know how to fight it. Like we're still learning. Mm-hmm. And the science is changing every day, because remember when it first came, they put us on lockdown because reality is we don't know what this is. Mm-hmm. All we know is that it's attacking people, respiratory systems, and people are dying, right? So now all the sciences are down, and they're in there. We got doctors, experts, and everybody is trying to drill down. But the fact of the matter is that we have to understand that we're not the experts, and the experts are telling us to stay in the house till we figure out what this is, right? Because that's what it really is, right? We don't know what this is. It kind of looked like this, it's doing this, and every day, just like, anything changes, like the weather, we're learning new things about the virus, right? Right. So last week, what we know about the virus is not what we know about the virus today. So every day we're getting smarter, right? So we're getting smarter. Has everybody at some point will have maybe a latent exposure, like a low risk exposure, and do you do get symptomatic, or do you have a full blown exposure? Depends on how it affects you, right?
Right.
So if you're in direct contact with somebody with corona and you get the full blown exposure and you get the, you go through it and you go to the hospital and you get hospitalized. I mean, I've been a part of the survival part, and it's a beautiful thing to see someone who has experienced coronavirus, and then, they go to our ICUs and then they're intubated and they're fighting for their lives and we're fighting with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see them come off the breathing machine and to actually walk out, it is the most emotional roller coaster that you will ever be on in your life. Because they're at the bedside, we can't allow their family members to come in. We're FaceTiming, we're channeling energy from what we believe what we would do for our families, right? We're talking to these patients. We're like, hey, you got this, you can do this, you have a bigger purpose, you gotta make it, just be strong. Because at the end of the day, we as healthcare providers, we try to speak the life back into them, right? So you're speaking, you're giving everything. So the physical part for us as healthcare workers, yes, it's hard, but the emotional weight that you carry home when you lose someone and someone actually walks out, you're the nurse that's been there for the last 2 weeks fighting for this patient, and you're like, you got to make it, and to know that you're a part of that person, you have touched that person's life forever. So it's deep.
Wow. Damn, I couldn't even say it better than that, man. Jeez,
It's deep.
that's some powerful shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
We here obviously know it's real. It's just infuriating when they make it political.
Right.
And you go like, yo, you can't make this political when it comes to people's life. People's lives are in danger. You know what I mean? You can't just go, oh, it's just the government trying to sabotage Trump election. I'm like, this shit was before Trump. It was out there. Like Trinity said, she was sick and had all the symptoms in 2017. So it had been there before Trump was even in office. You know what I mean? So it's just something that people got to understand. We got to take the science. You got to take the politics from science and just let the scientists people do their job. Because fuck, Anthony Fauci, he don't know what to believe. He said one thing because they put so much pressure on him. He don't know what to stand no more. So he's like, fuck, I'm going to a baseball game.
Well, like I was saying too, it just keeps changing because that's the scientific process. That's how it works.
Right.
Like anybody gets mad about like, well, CNN said this, and then a month later they said this, and the CDC said this, and then this. Like, I'm like, do you guys remember science class in high school? Do you know how things work? This is new. Like they're learning and changing. Right. It's like you got to buckle up and just kind of
go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then we have to trust, right? So we're human, right? You have a hard time trusting, right? We have all these people saying, do this, do that, do this, do that. But we have agencies in place that aren't political. Like the CDC has nothing to do with politics. Like they're putting out the information as they get it. Right. So if you're not comfortable with listening to who we believe would lead us into salvation, right? Like this is our government. We know we have to depend on the science, right? And if the scientists and the CDC and everybody is telling us to do this one thing, and we've all been a part of it, we watched the numbers, right? When everybody went on lockdown, what happened? The numbers went down. Yeah. So then they decided to reopen, right? And we started to reopen, but we didn't think about how we were going to reopen, right? Just imagine if we had mandatory masking, right? And we reopened. We could 25%, but you got to wear a mask. 50%, you got to wear a mask. All the way to 100, because it could be people, right? But we have to do the social distancing, and we have to wear masks, and we just have to make those provisions, because what's going to happen, which we don't want the healthcare system to break. Right. So we saw it in New York, and Como did a wonderful job. Like he hands down, like, he is my MCM, dude. I was like, man, I'm going back to the East Coast. I'm moving to New York because he is my MCM. Like he was calm, cool, collected, and he did what he had to do to protect his people. And
you were there in New York, so what do you think about that? Do you think he did a good job?
Well, yeah, I think because we were hit with it, like one of the first states to be hit with it, and we didn't know what to do. So he was just trying to follow the science. He was trying to follow what the CDC guidelines said and all that kind of stuff. And I think he did a good job in really making sure those numbers went down, because it was a horror show over here. I mean, there were like trucks, there were, morgues, the portable morgues, because so many people were dying here. And then, but now we're at a point where it's like very, very few deaths. But I wanted to expound on this because a lot of musicians over here, they're very upset with him because he issued a new rule for restaurants and venues who I think don't have licenses to necessarily have music acts. They're not allowed to have ticketed events. They're not allowed to have ticketed music events.
Oh, wow.
They're not allowed to advertise a band either to draw people to their place. And a lot of musicians are really upset about that because they're like, well, this is our living. What do we do?
How do you get the word out?
Whatever. And like, I get it. I think I'm trusting that this is because it's part of the whole thing that we want to keep our numbers low.
Right.
So as a nurse, I'm curious, like what you feel about that rule, like how, if that would definitely help keep numbers low.
So I'm, just being an artist, we're affected too, So every month we have a poetry event at the Houston Improv, 500 people. We sell out a poetry show. It is amazing. We haven't had the show since March after we shut down, right? We're still trying as a nurse, and as getting to the musician part and the artist part, we cannot find a way to have it and still socially distance. If we can find a way, right?
Right. I'm just making sure. Like, what's that?
I hope there's Vicks in there. I hope there's Vicks in that glass.
Drink it out. You want mine too?
Yeah.
Comedy's timing.
Let me tell you, ginger tea is it works.
Okay.
Every day I love my ginger.
But we have to get creative as artists to find a way to do it and police it. Mm-hmm. So we haven't found a way to police it, right? Mm-hmm. We can tell people, we can tell the bars and everything, you can do it, but we have to socially distance, right? But who's there to police it? Mm. We can tell people that they have to come in, but they have to have a mask. Who's there to police it, right? Would love to have a poetry event, but I have it at the Improv, right? So guess what happens? The masks come down, they gotta eat, they gotta drink.
Exactly.
Once alcohol comes into play, guess what? Koo is on stage and I'm doing this now. And guess what? I'm slapping the homegirl hand next to me. Girl, that was funny. Pow. Because it's too many influences around actually enjoying the entertainment, right? We can't, if we can find a way to police it,
right?
And it sucks, but put your mask on. We got to have somebody, top flight security, doing something to make sure people are doing what they're doing. So I get it. I'm hurt. I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Like, not because it's a monetary, and fortunately for me, being a nurse is my bridge to my artistry. But, I know a lot of my friends, my fellow poets, my fellow artists this is what they do to feed their family. And it's hard. It's so hard. And we all sit down and we're trying to find a way to come together and say, hey, what can we do to do something and still police it? Right. Do we have multiple shows? Like, do we have this many people for this show and we just back it up and it's a show all night? You know what I mean? We have an hour set, we stop, people leave, we sanitize everything, right? Because that's that. We gotta do all of that. We gotta have the people in, then we gotta have it sanitized, and then we do a next show. Like, I don't know. Is it more manpower and it's gonna cost us more to entertain people? Or it's just so many factors. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Trinity? Did it hurt you economically with this whole COVID-19 or?
Yeah, I lost my job.
Wow.
I did. I was with my company 6 years, but before that happened, I started making the mask. And it took off like insane. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna be able to get my backyard. I'm gonna be able to get a little bamboo tree and all that. And then it became, oh, this is how I'm going to survive. And so thankfully I was blessed to have that, back up. And then I actually have been doing gigs and stuff on Zoom. Like I even married a couple on Zoom. I'm like, I feel like, like Kanei was saying, like we have to come up with creative ways and, innovative ways to, keep what we're doing, especially as artists, like going. And for me, I've been blessed to where I'm still able to create like on, the designer side, and then even, like I say, Zoom gigs or whatever. I've had a couple of, people reach out about doing like stuff at clubs, but I do have asthma now. Thank you, China. And so I say,
are you going back to Trinity? Are you going back to China anytime soon? You never go back to China?
Hell no. But we like to be hell no. I'm out there for the
Right.
People ask me that. So if they gave you $1 million, no.
Because what you permit is what you promote, right? So if I'm a nurse and I'm an artist, right? Cool. Everybody on here has a platform, right? And if we're advocating to do these things to protect humanity, we can't take a gig and be in the midst of 500 people and be like, yeah, come to my show. Because if I'm permitting it, then I'm promoting it.
Right. Oh my
God. We can't be out. So this thing you're doing, Koo, is a great, right? Because we're teaching people to find different ways to get entertained, right? Yeah. So somehow, some way, we, this is the new norm.
Wow.
And
pause for that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. What about you, Ryan? How did COVID-19 affect your gig? Because I know.
Everything got canceled. I had my whole slate lined up for the rest of the year. I was booked all the way till December, and every single thing got canceled. And this is what I do for a living. I occasionally will every now and then pick up a bartending gig to supplement, because that's another passion I have. But like this took away all of it. There's everything, and even the bar that I was like working at part time here and there, they couldn't bring me back on because they had to respect the people that were like full time and make sure they had shifts. So like that was it. Now, luckily for me, I'm a part of this thing called the Fringe Circuit, which is an international circuit of festivals that feature all kinds of arts, whether it be music, comedy, acting, circus, burlesque, anything you can imagine. It's all at one little festival. And the way those festivals work is you put a down payment down on your spot. It's a lottery to see if you get in. If you get in, you're in. You put a down payment on your slot, and then you go. And I spend most of my year doing that. I'm on the road about 6-7 months. And it's how I made my living the last 10 years. All of those festivals canceled. And the one silver lining was I got all those deposits back. So that was the only way I was able to live for a couple months.
Wow.
Thank God for that. I would have been done. I wouldn't have known what to do. And then, luckily I started live streaming. I built up a nice audience on I live stream 5 days a week, and I got a great audience of awesome people that tune in every time. And I'm now like living off of tips. That's how I'm surviving. And luckily I'm blessed with an amazing following, just awesome people and great people in my life that have reached out to help out too. But that's how I'm living, based on people that respect the arts and want to see me do okay. And I thank God for every single one of those people that are in my life, because they're saving me. Whether they be friends or fans or family or a combination of two of the three or what have you, And the same thing happened to my wife. She was a professional burlesque dancer at Prohibition downtown, and that went away right away too. So all of her income was gone too. So we were both just like, we don't know what, we're done. But by finding ways to adapt to the new medium and embrace the new normal and find new ways to do this thing, and I didn't know a thing about streaming. I didn't know anything about Twitch. I didn't know anything about any of this stuff. And just day one, I was like, I can't not work. I grew up on a farm too, so I feel like if I'm not working, I'm doing something horribly wrong. So I've always taken too many jobs and done too much stuff. And I didn't know how to do that in this new world. And then, figuring out how streaming works and figuring out how to build a crowd and how to bring people in is what's done it for me. And I'm lucky enough that I'm not worried about rent or my phone bill too terribly much or eating. like it's thin, it's paper thin, it's razor thin, you know. But at the moment, I'm doing all right, and you know, I'm on the edge of my seat because who knows what's going to change tomorrow? Who knows what's going to happen?
Right.
I've got a Patreon too, and my Patreon is a big part of my income. And you know, if Trump took away Patreon the same way he took away TikTok, I'd be done.
Oh boy!
I'd be ruined.
Don't put it out there in the universe, sir.
Yes.
Take it back.
Take it back.
What about you, Mystina? What about you? Did your career, your job, all that stuff pause?
Yes. Before I explain that, I just wanted to ask Ryan. Does your wife know about OnlyFans? No, I'm sorry.
Are you asking for me? Because I know about it too. There's a whole bear fetish on there, I think. You know, I can
make a whole new income. No. But for myself, once the quarantine hit, everything was canceled because I was part of a wedding band actually, and we had a full schedule for the rest of the year of all these weddings, and I was like, okay, I'm good, all right, I'm gonna save up some money, put it in my bank account, and then this hit, and now, but it's been a blessing though, because I guess I was like kind of stuck with just the routine of everything, but because since the quarantine hit, it's allowed me to actually decompress and actually sit with myself a lot and think about, well, what steps do you really want to take? Because you've been so busy. Like I was so busy before COVID hit. I was in so many places. I didn't know where I was going. And this actually allowed me time to think and see where I really want to be. And a lot of great things have happened. This being one of it, comics talking shit. Like that's a great thing that's happened. You know, me getting signed, me and my boyfriend getting signed to a record label, like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. So that's been very significant. And I think it's all because we've been like, all right, sit, don't go anywhere, sit. You can't go anywhere. You're forced to sit. And then we had to think about all these things, and our energies were put towards the right places.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about Kanei and Ryan talked about. So is this the new norm for entertainers? Because we all entertainers on this panel. So this is a new norm. So whatever happened before March 15th, that's not a thing no more, right?
You can't rely on it. You have to assume
like you look, you got the edge of the seat. You want to say, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just getting comfortable, but I think it is the new norm. We just have to come up with a way to make it cool.
Yeah.
I'm already like I know Trinity makes masks, and I have a list of things that I'm going to be requesting from her, because if I'm going to be on stage, I got to match from the head to the toe. So my mask got to match my shoes. And if we make it cool, people will do it.
Sure.
People will do it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just as facilities, you know, venues got to get creative on how we're going to social distance and how we're going to filtrate air and how we're going to ensure that our patrons and our fans are going to be safe. Like it's getting ready, like these outside venues with these tents, it's about to be on and popping.
Right.
They're going to have outside portable air conditioning where they're blowing into these tents or whatever, because if we're outside, then we're not circulating air. Right. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to get creative. It's like discovering fire again. Like, okay, we're going to have to figure out a way. And with all the technology that's out there and all the creative minds, I am sure that we can come up with a way to make this work. But if I have to say, we 18 months out, we're 18 months out.
Yeah. And I'm like,
camera's on you, girl. The camera's on you, girl.
Yeah.
And you know, just what she was saying, like, I mean, I think this time it has allowed us to actually sit and think and even become more creative too with, okay, now what else can I do to expand what I'm already doing, to create, new, streams of income, from, YouTube, because I got back on YouTube where now that's the stream of income, Amazon, like there's so many different ways. And I think, like for me, like it was easy, like, okay, I got a gig here, I'm going here, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. to where, like you guys, my schedule was full, so I was fine. And then I had my 9 to 5. And so now it's like, all right, now what? And so I thank goodness for, streaming sites and stuff like this, because now it helps to build our brand and, just help us to continue to stay, relevant and, into our arts, because sometimes even for artists, I know some of us, we will get down because we're not able to express how we're used to doing, when we had all these gigs. So.
Right. That makes sense. What about you, Ryan? New norm?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's and like kind of like what I was saying earlier. When you notice the nature of the performance industry, and like I consider myself a songwriter first, but I do comedy, I act, I direct, I write, I do all these other things. But the nature of this industry has always been, when you feel a shift in the wind, you got to lean into it and you got to just roll with it. Like, because when it starts to change, it all shifts so quickly. I mean, even when it shifted to YouTube when that first became a thing, or like anybody that got on the ground floor of YouTube is sitting pretty right now. Anybody that, like, if you feel that shift in the air, you got to just roll with it. And it ain't going to change anytime soon, because we're not, as we've been talking about, like, nobody's obeying the rules. So we're going to be stuck behind the screen for a while. And like, you got to find new ways. And I so agree with, we got to find a way to make it cool. I can't agree with that any harder. And like, there's going to be weird little bits and things here. Like, I've gotten tips from people just because I made a funny Facebook status before, or I told a cool story on Twitch and somebody liked it, or like there's all these little tiny revenue streams that you can find, but it's all about it. For my money, as a songwriter and a storyteller, it's all about connecting with people and like actually making that connection. And even before this all was going on, one of my philosophies was I never ever I never turn away like a fan or a friend or anybody that wants to talk to me after the show. I make time, I make space. I consider that part of the gig. I consider like part of that time frame that I'm going to be at whatever event. Part of that is using it to speak to the people that saw me, and I've extended that now in this digital era to like 24/7 basically. If somebody reaches out to me because they like something, I'm going to take a minute to talk to them and respond to them, and I'm going to like take that time. And I think there's a lot of value in that. I told this story over Facebook a couple days ago, but I was walking my dog a couple nights ago and I went to the little dog park in our apartment complex, and these two kids came in. We're all wearing masks, and like they came in and we stayed apart from each other, and just through small talk, they asked me what I do, and I'm like, I'm a storyteller and a singer. And the guy was like, all right, tell me a story right now. I got $20 here, and he gave me $20, and I was like, all right. So I just launched into it. I told one of my stories from one of the shows that I take on tour. And, I connected with those people. They took my information down. I made a little bit of money, and I'm hoping that they're going to be like followers now and like pay attention to other things I do and tune into the stream and this other kind of stuff. Like it's all about finding those ways to connect with human, like make that human connection. And when the stage is removed and you're not looking the audience dead in the eyes, I think it's so much more important that you actually like find a way to engage the people that are enjoying what you do. And they can all contact you via Instagram DM or Facebook DM and all these, or your emails and all these other things. And I just don't think it's smart to ignore that. Yeah,
now this day and age, if you're an artist or entertainer, trust me, you're not hard to find. People can find you for sure. Mm-hmm. If people can't find you, that means you're not trying. You need to find a different profession now. But if you're an entertainer, you should be on every social media platform, because that's how people can find you and get some gigs from that. So let's switch a little topic, guys. So I want to do origin story. What made you guys become the artists that you guys are today? What made you become a singer? What made you become a poet? What made you become a comedian? What was the reason why you guys chose that profession? Let's go with Trinity first.
Dang!
It's comic talking shit. You're a comedian, so we need a comic first.
So years ago, I actually moved to LA because I was like, I want to be an actress, and so there was no such thing as social media. Like, there was no YouTube. That makes me sound really old. But there was no Instagram. There was the only way that you were going to make it then was to move to California. And so I did. And I was actually taking Tasha Smith's acting course, the one from Why Did I Get Married, the crazy one. Mm-hmm. And she was the one that was like, oh, you know what? You should really do stand-up. And I was like, stand-up where? And she was like, on the stage. I said, and do what? Comedy. I said, to who? Like I was listening, she was like, your timing. I said, what do you mean my timing? Like I get to class on time. She's like, no, your timing, like you'll be good on stage. And it took me a year like to really do it. And I mean, I prayed about it, and I went to one of the girls at the Comedy Store, and I just like kind of was sitting in there. I would literally go every single Thursday just to kind of watch the comedians and how they were doing it. And I approached her, she was like, I already know you're funny, and one thing that never happens is that, a comedian comes in their first show, at the Comedy Store in LA. That never happens. So that was my first show. And I mean, I had over 80 people like that first show. And so it was just, It was a wrap from there. And I mean, I tell people all the time, I didn't choose comedy, it chose me. And I mean, I've been a nut all my life. I just didn't know I could make money and like do a career out of it. So now I'm like, oh, okay, I can like combine them, and then like they won't say. I'm like, okay. So I get that. That's just honestly what happened. And I mean, like when I moved back, I did take a break, and then of course my first, like I was doing gigs, but my first like stand up was 2 years ago with Cool at Improv, and then from there it's been butter.
Yeah, so, I love it.
Trinity.
That.
Yes.
Did you grow up with siblings? Did you have siblings in the home?
Yes. So all my siblings are a lot older than I am. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, but we have probably like a 20+ year gap. I wasn't like an accident. I was just like a beautiful surprise to my parents. So that's what we're going with, because I ain't no accident. No.
We're gonna go with.
Right. But and so even being in the house, I was by myself, so I had to be creative then. And so I actually was recording videos before YouTube. But my mama was my only audience, so when she would get home, I'd be like, I made a new video. She was like, another one. So just tapes and stuff. But yeah, so I did have siblings, but I have 43 nieces and nephews who are actually close in my age.
I've been to your shows. You bring your family. You got a lot of people for your family. You got
we roll deep. We roll deep.
You got a school bus family. I love it.
Yeah.
What about you, Kanei? What made you become a poet?
Because I didn't make it as a rapper.
That's some honesty right there.
That is
I mean, all of us have, I'm talking about my age when I say this, but when I was trying to become a rapper, it was Salt and Pepper. So me and my friend, we were soft and lovely.
Come on.
And I've always been a writer. So we was writing these raps. And then, the guy that, everybody we performed in front of was like, why are you so hard? You so mad. You so mean. You so hardcore. And then, as I got older, it was just the pain, the struggle, everywhere you went, there was somebody struggling. It was the hustle, and then all you could do is write about it, right? Because it was just like everything you saw, you experienced. We all have a story. Mine was one of poverty and low income and single parent home and drugs and Uncle Man and all of those people. And it just became a pain thing for me, and I had to release, because if I hadn't, I would be probably somewhere else. So then, since I couldn't be a rapper, I was just like, maybe somewhere else I can release. And when an old head saw me, and he was just like, you're not a rapper. And I was like, I am. I'm Blaze. And my name, I wasn't lovely, because he was like, nothing you say is lovely, so you need to change your name.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm Blaze. So then I was Blaze for a while, because I was spitting all these hot bars, but he was like, you're a poet. And I was like, I don't want to be a poet. And then I started actually going to the smoke-filled rooms and the basements, and I started to make that connection. And I was like, okay, so I am a poet. So then another old head was like, hey, you really can't be Blaze, because this is not relatable. And I was just like, okay. And then my mom, was like, you really write good when you drink wine. And the wine at that time I was drinking was Kanei. And I was like, well, it was with a C. So the wine I used to drink when I used to write these fire poems was Kanei with a C. And I was like, well, I'm Kia, so just change it with a K. And so,
right, I love it.
That's dope. That's a dope ass origin story. Love that.
So I'm curious about the origins of that picture back there? Because I was looking at it and I thought it was like some kung fu kind of thing going on, and I realized that's you in the background.
Right. So if you come to my poetry show, this is the famous thing I do when I go on stage.
I remember that.
When they introduce me and as the host, I come out and then I do that's the jail pose. Like everybody in jail, when they had their browns on, they want to bend down. So I started that, and then when I do that, the crowd is like, yeah, and I'm like, so I had to figure out how to do it in a dress without showing my woo-ha.
That's great.
So I had to turn to the side, and that's what that is.
There you go. But it's dope pose, though. It's a dope pose.
Tai Chi type of thing.
What about you, Ryan? What's your origin story?
It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. From the second I could speak, I was singing, and from the second I could sing, I was writing. I mean, my parents used to bring out the video camera and put it on me when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can watch videotapes of me at that age just making up songs on the spot. There's just nothing else that ever spoke to me, and it's the only thing I ever wanted. And I never gave myself a fallback. I never my dad, I still remember the face my dad made when I was a senior in high school. And I said I was going to go major I was going to go try to make it with my band. And he was like, all right, well, what's your fallback plan? And I said, well, I'm getting an acting degree in college. And he was like, acting was my fallback for music. But I've not wanted to do anything else. And I've got, I like to say that I've got the infinity gauntlet of my influences, the people that really shaped what kind of artist I wanted to be and what kind of stuff I create. And right at the center is Jim Henson and the Muppets. The Muppets were everything to me growing up, and I loved Jim Henson. I loved his philosophy of love and understanding. And then you can dot the other fingers with Johnny Cash, Prince, Bob Marley, AC/DC, and Garth Brooks. And I think that shows that because I like to think of myself as pretty eclectic, and even though that first song is pretty clearly a country song, but I cut my teeth in punk rock. I've done countless musical theater shows. I'm hungry for anything that I can do in the performance industry, anything at all. I'll do anything. I love every kind of performance. I've dabbled in at least every art except for stand-up because it's too scary to me. So props.
Yeah, don't touch my shit. Don't touch my job. Leave my shit alone.
Right.
Leave me and Trinity stuff alone. We already got enough problems.
Okay.
Deal.
All right, guys. It's 9 o'clock. It's a 9 o'clock hour. This is our favorite segment. Me and Miss Tina's favorite segment. We, the comedians, we call the comics talking shit, but you guys are actually kind of entertainers. But it's fine. You guys are funny. You guys can hold your own. So whoever's watching right now, our panel do not know the stories that we're about to pitch to them. We're trying to get their takes, and they're going to destroy whatever story we pitch to them. So are you guys ready for the first story?
Lord Jesus.
Miss Tina, they look so excited. All right, Miss Tina, what's your first story for our panel?
Well, peep this. A Long Island man, in my area, he drove his car in the second floor of a house through a second floor. I repeat that. He drove his car through a second floor of a home. You're speechless.
I have thoughts.
There you go. Go ahead, Ryan.
I have thoughts. So I have I'm incredibly unlucky, when it comes to physical accidents and things like that. I've personally been in 18 car incidents. I was only driving in 7 of them.
What?
I've been in a lot of car.
Remind me not to get your car. Remind me not to get your car right. I'm never getting your car.
The black clouds are up.
But that's too much accident for me.
When I was 17, I drove a car. I was driving, and I grew up in Indiana, and there was cornfields everywhere. I was leaving an outdoor concert somewhere, and I couldn't see, the windows fogged up, and I kept driving because I was an idiot. I was 17, and I found myself in a ditch, and I tried to hit the brake, and I hit the gas instead, and I rocketed through the ditch, and there's a drain pipe right here. You just see my car, and 17-year-old me go, ah! And I hit the drain pipe and shot through the fucking air and rocketed through the sky, and then bounced in the ditch. And I'm just wondering, looking at that car in the window, is that did he hit a drain pipe? Then I can connect, and I can understand what's going on.
Wow.
It's the only frame of reference I have.
I just need to know like the starting point.
Right.
How did you end up on the second? Like was it a steep driveway and then you like went like 0 to 90? Like how? Like I mean, I don't care how high you are. Cool, I know you were saying like he was high, but that's like high. I just don't understand. Like I'm like, did he use the Escalade to like what was the booster? Like was he listening to doctor? He felt like the spirit lift him. Like what lifted him up? Again, like I've heard of cars like he said like flying and all that, but I'm like, it was a Jetson car. Like were they trying that out? No. So,
oh my God!
I'm just glad that was my house.
Right? That would be a problem, right? That'd be a problem in my house. What do you think?
I'm thinking about him as he would come to the ER. It would be one of those. Okay, what was he on? Was he on Hush? Was he on meth? Was he on like did somebody propel the car? Because you know they strength, or was it some type of time tunnel that came down and dropped the car? I got nothing. I got nothing.
So apparently, according to police reports, he lost control of his vehicle. He was driving. He was a 22-year-old guy. He drove, he was speeding, and he lost control, and somehow he managed to land in somebody's second floor home. And the amazing part was that they pretty much had minor injuries, both parties.
Wow, that's a blessing though.
Right.
That is proof that there is a matrix. That is proof.
No, but now I'm over here like, did he? Because I heard you say
right, Messina. Look, there is a matrix. You know, he was sitting in the chair. And car dropped.
But Messina said he lost control, but I'm like, no, you lost the whole car. Like the whole car is gone. Like it reminded me of Dude, Where's My Car? Like, bruh, like the whole is gone. Like what do you do when you climb to somebody's second floor? Like, I know you done fucked up now. You know.
Oh my God. But yeah, because how did he get to the second? Look at this, y'all. Look at the damage from the rooftop. How do you get that? How you get up to that rooftop and fuck up that car like that? How did you? What?
I just think like is the house, the back of the house, like sitting on the hill? Like is the house like pushed into a hill or something? This makes no sense.
No, Trinity. Look, check it out. He didn't come through the back, like. Because the car didn't fit through that little ass window. It didn't go through the window. It looked like he just went.
On my glasses, because he didn't took the whole face off.
And the car hit and it dropped down. Like it
just went. It just was rejected. Oh, it was like rejected. It's Matambo. No. Oh man, God dang. I mean, but I'm just really over here looking. I mean. This is really, really.
Oh my God!
I put on my glasses because I'm like.
See, that's why I have my glasses on. Like it didn't go through the back. Like it went and it bounced down.
Tried, but still.
Christina, what kind of car is it? Did they say what maker it is, or did they even say what?
They said it was a Honda.
Honda. Okay, all right.
Honda can do anything.
Now he says a Honda, it makes sense. Now it's like, okay, it's a Honda. Them motherfuckers flying. It makes sense now. It makes sense.
Right. No, you know what? That's true. That's a real thing because you know my mom had an accident many years ago, and some kid was just like ran right into her. He claimed that he was swatting a bee. I don't know, but ran right into her. And her car was literally on top of somebody else's car, but she walked away like just fine.
Honda.
Well, she was a Honda.
What?
Was she in a Honda?
Yeah, she was.
Oh shit! Though, so it's okay. That's what it is.
I'm gonna get a Honda.
We figured out the puzzle. Everybody panel needs to go buy a Honda today. Go and buy a Honda.
I rolled a Toyota Tercel 3 times and survived.
Toyota.
Toyota.
I had a Toyota Corolla and I was in a 13 car accident with an 18 wheeler, and I was like,
You were saved after that?
Oh yeah, I was on the news and everything. I was like, I'm fine. Everybody else
That's
good.
fucking amazing. So I feel good now because I got a Toyota Camry now. So I'm good then. Okay.
You couldn't pay me to buy an American car.
I've been good about that.
500,000. You good?
Right, but that's why those are the two number one cars for especially teenagers to get, because like Lord knows that we don't see nothing, and now that they texting and stuff. But even back in the day, I'm like, I did not see that stop sign. I didn't see that person, and then you're like, that's pretty points if you hit them. Like, no, that's
Oh my god!
All right, guys. Next story. Fat Joe from the Bronx. Fat Joe is in the news recently. Fat Joe says that Drake is the new Michael Jackson of this time.
No, Fat Joe better just stay fat. Sorry. No. Fat Joe needs to.
You didn't even let me finish the story. You were just so apt. You was apt. I love your energy. I love your energy, Miss Steve. He's like, no, fuck him.
Sorry.
I'm with her.
What's your take? What's your take, Trinity, about that? The Michael
I'm
Jackson.
with her. Like, I'm sorry. That literally is like when Jacquees was like, I'm the king of R&B. Sir, sit. Like I deleted all his music. I was like, like, no, I'm not doing that. And the same was like, okay, this is the thing, because now you're kind of taking away from Drake, because now you want us to compare him to Michael Jackson. It's not. No. That's it. It's just it's a hell no.
Oh my
It's
God.
a hell no.
What about you, Kanei?
I feel like this is a Tyler Perry moment in his Medea thing. Michael Jackson.
No.
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 It's not even a comparison. Like, Drake did one dance little move, and then right with that. All of us breaking our ankles trying to get that stupid dance, and now you want to
like he couldn't find. Well, maybe he had Michael Jackson on the mind, but he really meant
Tito.
Tito Jackson. Tito Jackson.
Yeah, maybe.
No, we're not doing that.
Second time, I got nothing.
You got that, Ryan.
Is he making this comparison because Drake's been hanging out with 11-year-olds?
Oh.
I know he was texting that Stranger Things.
All right.
That's hilarious.
As the plot thickens,
I'm just saying Drake is kind of
He said that.
He said it. I thought he was going to say
Put on pearls so I can clutch my pearls.
I thought he was going to say because he did the dance video with Chris Brown, the dance thing. He went all the way there. Ryan.
Wow. And did it with no facial expression either.
No.
Like, he just like little girls too. That's why. Oh my God.
And he said it with his hat, his beard, the smile, and the hair.
That is so funny.
Right. Like, with a smile though.
I'm just saying.
You just dropped a mega bomb on her ass. Did you like?
If my 11-year-old was texting Drake, I'd be pissed.
Damn. Okay.
You know what it is? Because Michael passed, and there's nobody that can really fill those shoes. Some pretty big shoes.
Yeah, but leave him there. Like you left James Brown. Leave him there like you left James Brown. Like we left Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye. You got to leave Mike. That's just where he goes.
Right.
I mean, first off, Fat Joe, Drake can't fucking dance. Why don't you compare them two? Because Drake don't dance. Now, if he said maybe Chris Brown,
No, not.
Yeah, but Chris Brown said Michael Jackson's his idol, so I could see the comparison with that. But Drake can't fucking dance, and last time I checked, fucking Drake music is nowhere close to fucking Dirty Diana. That shit is fucking amazing. Man in the Mirror? Can't nobody top Man in the Mirror. That's all. Like, Smooth Criminal.
Oh, come on, Can I?
Fucking Billie Jean. Come on, man. Triller. Come on.
Triller.
Drake.
Triller.
Man in the Mirror. Man in the Mirror.
I like Drake, but
Wait.
Yeah,
Oop, gotta do it this way.
That's
Michael
it.
Nah.
There you go. There you go. Come on, Miss Tina.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Come on. Am I frozen?
Yeah, you frozen, Trinity. What happened?
I don't know. Like, cause I'm definitely not in that. I'm not praying that long.
I thought Trinity was just like,
I
wow.
know.
I thought she was just like,
Like, it's just like I miss Michael Jackson so much. Damn.
I don't know what's happening.
I thought she was having a spiritual moment.
That's a long spiritual moment.
So we want to.
Listen, you
gotta
lucky
bring
the
it back
camera
in.
froze that way.
go back out and come back in.
Yeah. I'll kick you out, Trinity. Come back right back in.
Right.
All right, what's your next story?
I want to say something about Man in the Mirror real quick because I love that song. Man in the Mirror is like one of my favorite songs.
Alpha song.
But do you know? So Sieta Garrett is the woman who wrote that song.
Yes.
And there's a version. You can find her version of it online. It's incredible. It is incredible. I recommend just look it up. Look up Sieta Garrett's Man in the Mirror because she wrote it for Michael, and her version it's chilling. It's so good. That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do me a favor because I'm probably not gonna remember this shit. Just send me the link.
Yeah.
After the show, please.
Can do.
Yeah. Me too.
I love her. She's amazing.
Yes.
Steve, what's your next story, girl? What's your next story?
All right. So in entanglement news, we have August talking about aka Takashi's little brother, talking about Jada, why he got involved in the relationship, and it's really it's not even anything like wow, oh my god, really. It's just kind of like, okay, they started out as friends and then they got friendly. That's what it is basically. But he's rehashing it and people are like, can you just give it up already? So what are your thoughts on him continuing this?
Okay, I'm just all right. Speaking from the Jaguar perspective, because there are no longer cougars. These women that are in our upper 400s, they're not cougars. They're Jaguars, right? So she had an entanglement or whatever she wants to call it with August. And we just can't, why aren't we calling it what it is, right? She needed to have some needs filled. Somebody who can hang with her physically in the marathon.
Facts.
Had it done and just say what it is. But he's taking advantage of the fact that she is who she is. And I'm going to use this because now, as a man, you want to admit that your vulnerability and you were at a point in your life where you were vulnerable. How is that attractive? How is that attractive? So now you, for any serious relationship for him going forward, like, it's like, are you going to be soft? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't like men. I don't date men who got more hair than me. It's just not.
so this is no go. This is no go for you. This is not a go.
It's just not a go. It's not a go. I mean, the only man that I love that has more hair than me in retrospect is the man with hair of wool, and that's it.
Who's this man? Does he have a name or?
The man that hair of wool is Jesus.
Oh, there you go.
Other than that, you need to have a fade. You need to have a barber.
Jesus is the only exception.
That's it. I mean, when you got more hair than your woman, it's an issue.
Hey, I get it.
Right?
I get it.
I mean, like, it seems pretty clear to me that this dude just like is reveling in the in the
She's back.
spotlight.
She's back.
Hey,
It
Trinity's
was,
back.
it was his comment. My computer don't like the little boy, little girl talk. It don't like that.
That's what happened.
It was like shut it down.
That's what happened. All right, so Miss Nina, please run the question one more time so Trinity can hear.
All right, so Trinity, now I'm sure you heard that August, he's still talking, and he's talking about why he got into the relationship with Jada and how it evolved and all that stuff. Now, of course, you notice Jada and Will, they just want this to die, but he doesn't. So what's your take on it?
Well, no, let Ryan finish his take first.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, so like, I mean, it's pretty clear to me that, like, yeah, obviously he wants to keep talking about it because he's getting featured on all these stories and all this news stuff, and he's getting a lot of attention, and he's nowhere near the star power level of Will and Jada. I mean, my big question is why they give a shit at all about it being in the news. Because I don't know, like I lived in LA for about 6 years, and like everybody, when I was living out there, it was like kind of like, I mean, in the circles I ran, like a badly kept secret that Will and Jada were poly, you know.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now I understand that when you get to their level of fame, when you get to that A level, you got all these people in your ear that are like, you can't be this, you can't be that, you can't do this. You got to appeal to as many of the masses as possible, and anything that is slightly left of normal is going to make you lose star power, going to make you lose like a couple $1 million off your next film, et cetera, et cetera. And I get that there's a lot of pressure with that. And I wish that would fucking die. Honestly, I wish we would kill that dead so that people could just be whoever they wanted to be, and still it's ridiculous. Like if people, if people identify as polyamorous, people identify as pansexual, as anything on whatever spectrum they are, why can't they just do that and like let them do that? And who gives a shit if you're going to lose like 1 million out of 20 million because of it? Like, I think if you stopped policing that, one, we wouldn't have to listen to this goddamn story over and over again about this dude who I don't even know who the fuck he is. And like, two, like people could be happier and like feel more accepted. And I think more people across the country would start to accept people that that are oriented different than them. If it was not such a big fucking deal, if we didn't have to keep it a secret, if people could just say the shit that they feel and that they are and that they identify as and breathe and live as, then you wouldn't have all this hatred around and all this confusion about it, because people hate what they don't know and what they don't understand. And a lot of people get all that information from nothing else other than the media. And if the media is not that shit, like what the fuck, like how is anything going to get better?
Right.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Trinity, what's your take on your boy?
I
think you're a fan of him. I think you like his music.
Oh, what?
You like his music?
I guess okay. I don't have a problem with him. I think, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that one, I know he does have kind of some mental issues, and a lot of people seem to ignore that when they're talking about this issue. But I think too that he may in his head really have thought that something was going to come out of him and Jada. Yeah. And I think that because something did not the way he thought it should or would, he feels like, well, I'm basically a woman scorned, so I'm just going to sing like a canary diamond. I'm going to everything. I'm going to tell everybody that you said on. So I think that's what happened with that situation, that he kind of lost it. And then too, relevance. Like he is definitely trying to stay, relevant. And this is a huge story. Like it's Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's just think about, hey, look at that. They was doing it right there. Look how his hand. I mean, his whole everything, even his thumb is like oh. But I think
the young mind. That's the young mind. That's the young mind.
But seriously though, and I think that he got too engulfed in that situation. Jada got what she needed. And now he's hurt because he's like been thrown away like trash. Yeah, but yeah, she got in that mind. You're right. Because us older women, it's just like
that's right. It's the young mind, because when you're a young man, you think if you that's all you need.
Exactly.
It's not all you need.
So it's more to that. It's more to that. Can I more to that? Okay.
Look, as Ryan and I sip, we like.
I want you to see the name of the beer that I'm drinking too.
You know
what?
That
say salty?
The salty lady.
The salty lady.
Wow.
I should have gotten my Montauk beer.
Oh my God.
I'm on the rock.
Let's keep this entanglement stuff going.
Oh man.
Oh,
Lisa Raye.
Oh,
Remember her?
What's she doing?
don't talk about my girl. Don't talk about my girl.
Diamond from Players Club. She just made news recently. She said that she wouldn't mind getting an entanglement with Will Smith.
Whoa.
She said that, and I quote, she says, and she was talking about the how Jada handled the situation with August. She said that I think and I feel that he was a baby. Now I'm all for if you want to date somebody younger, go for it. But because of his circumstance and why in which he came to her wounded and hurt and in her lap, how in the hell did you get off her lap and then got into his dick? I don't understand.
Wow.
What do you think about Lisa Raye trying to get entanglement with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Ryan, I'll let you go first on this one.
Sure.
Ryan is hilarious.
Yeah,
He's
sure.
just like,
Great. Yeah, I mean, like I said, as far as I knew for years living in LA, like I just assumed Will and Jada were poly because that's what everybody said.
Very poly.
Sure. Go for it. I have no opinion of it other than that. Awesome. As long as everybody's happy, do it. Like,
I think, yeah.
well, here's my question. Why is it everybody's business?
Ooh, talk about it.
Why is it everybody's business? I mean, like we have a network, right? If I want to, it's just, hey, Jada, hey girl, I ain't trying to put your business out there, but I'm interested.
right.
Why does it have to be an interview or somewhere where we can track it, right? Like, do what you do. Why is it everybody's business?
Right.
It's social media.
Right.
It's social media. But I think too, they're starting to be a little bit more open, with accepting, but people thrive off of reality. If you think about it, that's why reality shows just kind of like just skyrocketed because people like real stuff. And how much realer is it that now that August and Jada's thing has come out, here comes Lisa Raye like, well, shoot, Will, what's up? Now, that's probably highly possible or maybe not. It's just like, oh, well, now let me be relevant because guess what? Now we're talking about her. Now we're helping to keep her relevant because we're having conversations about Lisa on a show and now saying her name was somebody going, because I'm going to go Google her later for sure. But look at her looking like a whole biscuit. Girl, she get on my damn nerves. Does she age? What is she?
Not at all.
That's a different kind of cocoa butter. They don't sell that shade more out here.
What's your take on that? What's your take on Lisa Raye?
Well,
in the ring.
Well, like Kanei said, she should have just phoned Jada and said, "Hey, what's up?" I don't know, because I know, like with a lot of polyamorous couples, they have rules. I mean, they have to have rules because otherwise it can get real messy. So I felt like this was just sloppy. Like I felt like she was asking for Jada to come at her through social media because Jada will. Like Jada will see nothing about coming at somebody.
The red table talk is gonna be interesting in the next couple of weeks. So
right.
But that's also another thing. Guess what? Because that's now driving more traffic to the red. Did you guys see the views just on the Red Table Talk for that one show?
It was crazy. Yeah.
Like it was crazy, but that's what I'm saying. Like people, you got to remember something. And even like with Ryan, living in California taught me one thing. All publicity is good publicity. Mm-hmm. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? It'll, from, August creating a song to now Jada and them, they're doing the Red Table, all of this stuff, endorsements, the commercials. Do you know how much money they made off of that one video? Like,
yeah.
Like, listen, so for them, they're like, yeah, let's talk about it. Forget it.
There were so many different people watching it. Now, like Ryan, like my guy, he kind of looks like you pretty much, but with blonde hair. He looks like Thor, And and even I made him watch the Red Table. Like he would never watch that stuff. But I was like, look at Will's face, and he got into it, So it's like it was definitely one of the most watched Red Tables ever.
Mm-hmm. I watched it for sure.
So, ladies, would you guys sleep with Will Smith? Would that be an option for y'all or nah? Or y'all pass?
For what?
So let me just tell you, I'm from Philly. I'm from a small town in Chester outside of Philly. So it's some things that I know that people don't know. So no.
Oh, he got the hurt.
Wow.
Dude, he got the hurt.
Hold on, listen, what when you come on now? Say what you gonna say. He ain't watching.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, it's no secret that he
likes men. He swing both ways. He swing back. He swing left. He swing right.
The pendulum swing both. What?
He double dip.
Wow.
He like a little chocolate dip.
There's nothing wrong, but I'm from an era where we can do our thing, but our sexual orientation was private. Like it wasn't. It was just you did what you did in your bedroom, and then when you out in the street, out in the street. It wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't as open and public like it is right now. So when I see it, I'm still in a little shock. I'll be like, oh, he just okay. Yeah. Because you did what you did in your bedroom and then that was it. So I'm it's still a little shocking for me. But
would you like that?
I have so many reasons obviously why I wouldn't, but no, I don't get into all that stuff like the married people and all the stuff. Like, I have a lot of couples that be like, hey, so I don't keep all your little stuff. I don't care what you do, but I rebuke all that. I don't want to be part of your little circle and stuff. We supposed to come by afterwards? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
No.
Christina, no.
I said previously in a previous broadcast, like I'm in love with Will Smith since I was like a little girl, but you grow up some, and I'm very happy with what I have right now.
There you go.
And if Will came to me and said, hey, baby, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet, but
can you help me with my record deal? Look, like, I played a role for a little while. I'll be like, we're trying to get this poetry thing mainstream.
Right.
And, I think I can, you can be a big part of what I'm trying to build.
Right, exactly. I would pitch to him. That would
be the pitch. All right, that's fucking awesome. All right, next story. What you got, Steve? What's your next story?
Oh, this YouTube guy. Like, I remember him. Like, I don't remember his face, but his name is Jake Paul. And apparently now he's the bad boy of YouTube, and he's gonna do a music video about the FBI raiding his mansion.
Is that Jake from State Farm?
Oh, Jake from State Farm.
See, this is why I'm on YouTube. Do y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know
my little $100 checks. I'm like, man, I'm balling.
Man, that's too much house. That's just. I mean, what do you? I don't even know. But he has the perfect round chin I've ever seen in my life. It's just really round, like somebody sanded it. Like, you know what I mean? Like sanded it and made it.
That's hilarious.
It needs a little cleft in there.
Right, like it needs something like you remember. It's really round.
What's that other picture you got of him, Coob, making this crazy face?
This is before he blew up.
Oh, see, I told you he had work done. He had some work done. You see how round his chin is? Look, the other picture.
Wow.
The other picture. Look.
Day and night, Kid Cudi, baby. Day and night.
Why am I real like trying to shut my chin down?
But you look, this is like what that meme you said when you order something from fucking Wish and it comes into your
right. Wow. I mean, so this is a prime example of people will watch anything.
Anything.
Yeah. If you're consistent, they will watch.
Right.
People will watch anything. Like if I mean, really, Trinity, Mistina, like if you saw that on your YouTube feed, you would just scream past it because you're like, what the? No. like people will click and watch. That man is a YouTube phenomenon, right? That's what I'm taking. And now he's living in what this $1 billion thing.
It ain't billion. The house is worth $6.9 million.
Wow.
And with his perfectly sculpted chin. See, I knew something was wrong with his chin. The kids teased him about his chin, and he went and got it fixed. See, those are childhood behavior. Like, you know, those are flaws. He had to go get that fixed. So now he feel like he can take the.
Crazy.
That's funny. What about you, Trinity?
I honestly think that, you know me, I try real hard not to make that a race thing, but I'm like, it ain't no way in hell. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go and say what everybody else thinking. I'm talking about that elephant. Ain't no way in hell that any kind of YouTuber, un-YouTuber, Instagram, or TikToker, anybody's gonna make any song about FBI and not come up missing in one of them rooms in that day.
Right.
Period. Point blank. Amen. So
right.
A lot of
like that house is that that house describes exactly what this is. It's very white. That's I'm sorry, but it's the truth because it's like he feels like he's untouchable. Like, I'm gonna make a damn song about you. What you gonna do? And guess what? They're not gonna do shit though. They ain't gonna do that to him. Probably not.
But messed up his perfectly round chin.
Right. But yeah, so I'm like, yeah. Ryan.
Come on, Ryan. I know you have.
Well, please don't say he was
perfectly round chin under that beard.
I got my mama's family, the Landrys. They got big old round chins. No,
like this though, like that, Ryan. Does it look like that?
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but man, I'll tell you, I honestly, I hate this little piece of shit. Him and his brother, they fucking suck. They like. He's insane. Remember that controversy about them going? They went and did a video in like the sacred Japanese burial.
Yes.
It's the same motherfucker. That and like
the same little cunt.
He got fired from his Disney show because he was like leaking his home. He lived in an apartment complex and he was leaking it online. So people were showing up at the apartment complex all hours of the day, and he was like laughing while his neighbors were like, "We can't fucking sleep. We can't do anything. We can't leave the house because there's kids everywhere." And he was just like laughing on it. He tells his young followers that they should drop out of school because he didn't finish school and he's doing fine. He tells them that all the time. He's like, you don't need school. He calls it edfluence. He's like, you don't need education. It's edfluence. You learn by like just doing things and like getting online and like you can be like me and have followers. And, like he's a piece of shit. I can't stand it.
He look like a piece of shit though. He doesn't look like for sure. He got that perfect punching face for sure.
Yeah, he got his neck done too. He should have added more lips.
He got more lips.
Come on.
Oh my God. What's wrong with him?
Oh my God. All right, next story. Oh, you got something? You got some story.
Oh no, you can go to the next story because I'm lost in that YouTube influencer world. Like I see the stuff that I see that goes viral and then they get so much money from it. I'm like, what am I doing? What is this setup here? Why am I doing this?
Right.
Why am I standing up for 4 hours singing to people and like they got a mansion? Like I don't
because you do things that feed your soul and so that you can sleep at night. That's the difference. We do things that feed our soul so that we can sleep at night. Yeah. They do things by any means necessary and they don't care who they hurt or harm.
Right.
But Karma is a big booty chick.
Right. Hey, that's why my band's called Karma's Tea.
All right, guys. Next story, guys. Next story. Let's do this story. Megan Thee Stallion. She is reported to be dating Future.
What?
No, man. No.
She used to date Tory Lane, but now they're reportedly dating. They've been going out cozy for the last 2 weeks. They were spotted Monday at a strip club in Miami. So if you don't know who Future is, he's a phenomenal rapper, and he has 11 kids by 9 baby mamas. So the question to you guys Is Megan gonna be baby mama number 10? Trinity.
I'm so upset. Dang. All the dangling in the world that you can get, Megan, because everybody want a piece of you and your knees. You pick the future, who obviously is anti-condoms and my pull-out game is the weakest on the planet. Like, damn. Oh, is this show rated R? Because
it is rated R.
Great. Because I'm here for that. Because I'm like, and the thing about it is, you know, something makes these women gravitate to Future, to where they like, hey, he's such a bad boy, and you know, he's tall and he got the little dimple thing right here. But Megan, you got it too. And she smiled like that. I just don't understand. I don't know. I hope she don't get. Oh Lord, don't get pregnant and make it. This is not looking good for the H-Town music.
Yeah, she's taking a lot of L lately.
This. Woo! Hey, girl. Child.
Take your time.
See, this is the problem.
Speak, poet.
You don't talk about the good. You don't talk about the good thing. I ain't talk about the bad. So all these women around here talking that he must got this fire. So now everybody want to see what the fire's about. But you know, I'm a visual person. I got like to get whatever Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion that WAP. You gotta look like something. You gotta look like something. And if we want to lead our women, our females, like, you know, hey, everybody got a little ratchet. But if we want to lead them into a great future, we have to teach them how not to be second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Right.
Wow. Preach it, girl.
You know, it's cool to have fun, but this can't be serious because I deserve to be somebody's first baby mama.
Hello.
I don't know if that even go together, but I want my first child to be somebody else's first child.
Yeah.
Even if it don't work out, but I deserve, in my mind, I want to believe that I'm the first baby mama. I don't like to share. I mean, you know, I've been divorced. My new dude, when we came together, he said, "You got kids?" I said, "Yeah." "Are they grown?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You got kids?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Are they grown?" I said, "Yeah."
That's it. Boom. That's it. That's all you need.
You dig? I'm good.
That's what's up.
I don't know. Smile, Ryan.
Always. I mean, my answer to this is going to be pretty similar to the last one. It's just kind of like I've never really understood how this shit merits as news. It's like, let people live how they want to live, and like you know, it's fine to want to be somebody's first and only baby mama. It's fine to not want that. It's fine to want to share. It's fine to not want to share. Any of that shit's fine. Just do what you want. Just do what you do, and don't hurt people. Be happy. And I feel like it's ridiculous that we spend any time even like focusing on these people's romantic lives, and it feels very like contrived. It's almost like
right.
They're putting it out there because they want us to talk about it, and that's the only reason. And at that point, I'm like, that's how you lose me. It's like,
right.
If it feels like so like meticulous, like why do we gotta know the second somebody famous becomes single? And why do we gotta know the second that person becomes not single? Why does that matter at fucking all? Like, are any of us gonna interact with them? Are any of us gonna like show up like, oh, she's single, I'm gonna show up at her door with like 12 roses. You know what's I'm gonna get arrested. That's it baffles.
I'm gonna say this right now. If Megan Thee Stallion is single, I'm showing up looking like Future. I'm like, what up? That's what I'm gonna do. Just like that.
I want to see that. Halloween, what's up like Future?
Are you gonna wear all the whatever jewelry thing?
All of that shit.
You know, at the beauty supply, you probably can get a gang of the fake stuff and make it look like
you look good for just that one day. Then you're gonna
that's it. I saw these for one day, Trinity. That's it. One day.
One day.
That's
I
it.
got the hydrocortisone cream for when your whole neck hurts. Yeah, I got you.
Buddy. What's your take, Mistina? What's your
Well,
take?
like Ryan says, like, why the hell do we care? But you know what it is? It's like fans of these people, like they feel like they know them so well, that they know everything, and they have these fantasies that they do want to be with them. So it's like they just want to, I don't know. It's a weird, strange phenomenon in the human head. I don't know what goes on in there. But it's like we feel like, oh, because they're so consistent in public, that we have the right to know what they're up to, and it's like, oh my God. Like, if you would have told me when I was a little kid, like, that Michael Jackson goes to the bathroom, I'd be like, oh my God, he does. Oh my God, and it's like that stupid, So it's, again, like, some people don't really grow out of that. They're well into their 20s being like, oh my God, who they dating? Oh my Jesus, da, 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 da. And then like, oh, the bikini shot. Oh my God, like, everybody, that's celebridom. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know how to change that culture. I wish we knew how.
Hey, good luck with that. That shit ain't happening. Just
Right.
people just stupid. What's your next story, Christine? What you got? What's your next story?
So this was interesting. A military vet, he threatens rebellion. Like, mad strong about it. He threatens rebellion over a COVID-19 hoax. You got to see this. This is crazy.
Tori shot me.
Yeah, all of TMZ.
I'm gonna look up rebellion. I'm gonna look up rebellion, what that means, while we're waiting.
All right, here you go.
Oh yeah,
and he's a white guy. In case you guys wanted to know who he was.
Shocking. This is not surprising.
Poor Ryan.
If you guys go, is this a white guy? Yes. So did they say what city this is, Mistina?
Did they say what city? Oh, you know what? That's a great question. I'm not sure if this was. Where is it? Did they say? I don't know. Where is this? Hold on. California.
Oh, state of California.
Shasta
Musician
County.
is the best way to learn, practice, and master the guitar. Just grab your acoustic or electric and play along.
Oh, TMZ.
Because our families are starving. And if you don't hear the seriousness of my voice, I hope you open your ears and you absolutely listen to what I'm saying. Because this is a warning for what's coming. It's not going to be peaceful much longer. It's not going to be rah-rah. It's not going to be speeches. It's not going to be gathered outside saying a Pledge of Allegiance. It's not going to be waving flags. It's going to be real. When you've seen the things that I've seen, I went to war for this country. I've seen the ugliest, dirtiest part of humanity. I've been in combat, and I never want to go back again. But I'm telling you what, I will to save this country. If it has to be against our own citizens, it will happen. And there's a million people like me, and you won't stop us. Open the county. Let our citizens do what they need to do. Let owners of businesses do what they need to do to feed their families. Take the masks off. Quit masking and muzzling your children. The psychological damage you're doing to them is horrible. I've had 6 friends kill themselves since it's happened. Veterans who lost their jobs. How do you feel about being complicit in perpetuating that? The greatest hoax ever perpetuated on the American people, and you're a part of it by wearing your masks. In Shasta County, we're supposed to be red country up here. Not blue country, we're red country up here.
What?
He has that perfect rounded chin or double chin.
Perfect rounded chin. All right, I think Raye, you go first because it's your people. So.
Poor Ryan.
God damn it. That is fucking hard to watch. But it's like, I mean, I'll tell you, like, being essentially a country musician, but also being a far left person, I'm a rarity in my genre. I identify as democratic socialist and playing country music. I encounter this kind of shit a lot.
Right.
And it's just like, I never thought it would be so easy to brainwash so many people so quickly.
Man.
And Fox News and all of their like subsidiaries and all that kind of shit, it did its job. It fucking succeeded. There's a whole chunk of the society that is completely mentally warped and cannot hear truthful information, can't process it because they're so fucking positive that they know what's right and they know what's true, and they don't trust science, they don't trust facts, they don't trust anything, and that leads to this rage. If you've been brainwashed to this point that you think everything that is being yelled at you all the time is false, it brews this anger and this rage and this resentment. And it's not surprising to me that they're mad. It was just surprising to me when I started to realize how easy it was to turn people like this and how widespread it had become. And like, it's so heartbreaking and so upsetting. I mean, I have family members that have commented about commented on my statuses when I shared something, if I liked something Obama did, or if I shared something anti-Trump. I've had people comment that were like family members that would be like, well, I guess you're just not ready for the coming civil war and shit like that.
Oh my God.
It's like, also, what the fuck do you think you're going to accomplish going a civil war with our modern country? They got drones. You're done.
Right.
A militia like out there that's like going to march on Washington. You're done.
That shit ain't happening.
Technology has advanced. This ain't the Boston Tea Party. Like it just baffles me that people are so positive that every single aspect of the government is out to completely destroy their way of life. Are there evil people in the government? Of fucking course. Yeah. Is everything that is inherent about our society evil and designed to go to this like new world order that's going to control everything about you? No. You see how poorly our governments run? You think they can run a conspiracy theory? No. This shit,
I didn't even look at it like that. That's a good point.
Yeah, everybody's just doing the best they can do, and some of those people are evil, and that's just the way life's always been. The world's always been that way. But now we got the internet, and we got 24-hour news cycles. So any crazy motherfucker can amplify their voice, and anything that sounds really crazy is going to get amplified. And that's it. It's all connected, and it's all tangential, and it's all related, and it's all a fucking problem. And how do we fix it? I don't know. I'm just writing songs. Writing songs and voting Democrat.
I want to get Trinity's thought about that though.
Yeah.
What you thought about that guy?
So I'm on here. Oh, it's me. I was so into him. What is going on with this? Carl, get in there. I actually honestly, Ryan said it perfectly. Because I'm like, it's crazy how people's mind where it ain't just your people, Ryan. It's us too. It's a lot of us that's out here that are so anti-mask. They're so anti. You can't control us. We should be able to go where we want to. Okay, Coco, go get your little Coco then. Whatever, dumb. That's what they did. You getting that little Coco? I'm like, I'm fine, y'all. You getting Coco? But and the thing about it is, I understand that people are frustrated, but follow the damn rules. And the thing about it is, we're not living in the times back in the day where they kind of allow things to happen. We fight back now. So if they really think, not really me, because I don't have no gun, but the other people, they don't fight back. So him sit up here trying to threaten, and even you his white privilege to say, let us do what we do. I get it. They're not the only business that's struggling. We just had a whole conversation on how we're all struggling. So, okay, go wear, go whatever, but still wear your mask and do your thing. But I think you get these people that they get so deep into, it's the government, they're trying to kill us. It's something in the mask. They put in the mask. What? But they start to really believe this stuff to where now they're going so left with everything, all of these thoughts, and it's so easy to get caught up in all that crap. But you know what? I just say vote so you can get Trump out of office so we can actually get this cleared up so we can go outside, because outside still closed.
Outside
you're a resident nurse. What's your take on that?
Outside is still closed. Okay, so mental illness is real. We have, he spoke a lot of truth in what he said, because when he said he served his country, we don't do a great job of taking care of our people when they come back.
Facts.
You know, there is a series of things that need to be done because they're exposed to things that are very abnormal. And they have to learn to adjust to live in that which becomes normal for them, right? So then the expectation is that they adapt to the mentality and they beef up, they get strong, and then that becomes their normal. So then when that's over, we bring them back home, and then we expect them to snap back into normal.
That's true.
So what are we doing to facilitate that transition? So, like, I'm going to go with Ryan. Like, the media is being successful at, how can you say, taking advantage of that vulnerability in that population, right?
Right.
Because you do have people that they come home and they need medication, but they can't afford their medication, so they start self-medicating with street drugs or other things, alcohol, just different things to try to cope. And with that coping mechanism, we get those responses. Right? Those people who think that is the answer and that's their truth. For them, that's their truth. And I'm not sure how we tackle it, but I know that, you know, I'm hoping with the new administration that these are issues that are on the table that we need to take care of.
Amen.
Christina?
Well, I always said this. I think anything that looks like equality to these people, they're gonna be like, nope. And the virus equally affects everybody. And they're like, no. It just affects those Black and Latinos. It doesn't affect us. We don't need to wear a mask. They do. We don't. This looks like equality. I'm oppressed right now. I'm oppressed. You're asking me to wear a mask right now. No. So that's my theory.
That's perfect description. That's how you're right. It's just automatically pushback, and it's scary people just feel like logic and just straight common sense is just out the door now. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody just picking a political stance, and it's insane.
Right.
Anyway, next story. This is our last story tonight. This is going to be a donkey of the day.
Are we supposed to make a hee-haw sound?
Ladies and gentlemen, meet NFL player Kemah Siverand of the Seattle Seahawks. He was just caught yesterday, get this, for allegedly, because the NFL season is starting and the Seahawks they have a team hotel. So he allegedly snuck a woman into his hotel room because they're actually practicing COVID-19 protocol. He snuck a woman into his room. He was not supposed to bring anybody that's not for the team into the hotel. So they found out about it and they cut him right there on the spot. But how he snuck the woman into his room, he dressed her up as a football player, thinking they won't recognize her.
Yo, that's smart. That was smart.
That ain't smart. That ain't smart. He got caught. That ain't smart. He got caught.
No.
What's your thoughts about him trying to sneak a woman into his room dressed up as a football player? Trinity?
Oh. He tried. Poor little Tink Tink, he really tried. You know, he just wanted a little cooch and he had to dress it up like a little mooch, you know. So
like a little mooch.
It's fine. You know, but that is really dumb because here we go. It's like you jeopardize your job. You ain't had no job like mine where it's like, okay, I can go replace it. You had a job.
But here's the fucked up part. He's a rookie. So he ain't even played NFL yet. They didn't play NFL game yet.
So you ain't even got your first check. Damn.
Did you say check?
I did. you know that first check, they be like, okay, we're gonna give you a bonus. It's like, oh shit. And then you get that check, you're like, oh shit. Like that everything come in. So he didn't even get that chick. Damn.
He ain't get none of that.
So the girl done dressed up in a little funky little uniform for nothing. And I think this was very dumb. And unfortunately, I think the fact that he was a rookie, he kind of was careless. Like, look, like this, I'm excited. And it's almost kind of like, I don't want to really take away from this experience because, you know, we all know all these, you know, football players, basketball players, they got the hell for days. And so I think for him, he just, that temptation, you know, that little thing, you know, it just kind of do
it. I love when you point to the screen.
we just let him right on out. Just let him right on out the door. He just,
oh my God.
So, damn, that sucks.
Would you take it, man?
First, would you say his name? Okay, tell me his name again.
His name is Kemah Siverand.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I mean, you get where I'm going? Like,
oh, shit.
Like this, you know, we as parents, we have to be very like strategic in what we name our children.
Yeah, Kemah.
Yes.
It counts.
But look at his picture. Look at his picture there. Don't he look like a guy that say, "No, I fucked up"? He looked like he didn't fucked up. That's that picture. That's how I fucked up.
Damn.
No
picture.
No. You know, because 5,000 a week, or I don't know what the base pay is for a rookie. You know, but remember, what is he as a rookie? 21, 22. How were you thinking? Were you thinking that? I mean, you know, like which one? Which
what's
one?
His name? I'm thinking with my dick. What's that song? Yeah. That's and what it is.
And the crazy part about it, he's a 7th-round pick. He won a 1st-round pick. It was a 7th-round pick.
That's still pretty high. 7th round. I mean, it go all the way to the what? 34th, 5th round. Like it's a whole bunch of rounds.
Yeah, but look, it ain't the 1st-round pick. If you're the 1st-round pick and you're the star player of the team, they'll be like, okay, we'll let you slide. But you're a 7th-rounder.
Damn.
Nigga, you barely got picked. Like, what is he doing?
You know, I mean, look, you all up on me. Like before, you weren't on me. Isn't that a song? Like, you know,
I'm about to make y'all mad. Sorry, Ryan, but she's a white woman. Okay, keep going.
I just want to see Ryan go.
Look at Trinity's face. Look at
you just want to see Ryan. When you put the camera on Ryan, he always like.
Ryan's like, I know
he's like. All right, Ryan, what's your take on that? What's your take?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, like on the one hand, I'm like, if I got picked for, like, if I got a record deal with like Columbia and it came with like a tour and I had a list of rules I had to abide by to make sure I kept it, you better believe I'm gonna like that's gonna be my religion. That list of rules. I'm gonna.
But you're 21. You're not your age that you are now. You are 21.
And that is exactly the next thing I was going to say. But were I 21? I did a lot of real stupid shit when I was 21. I mean, it's sometimes I think it's a miracle that I'm still here. I mean, I was 21. I was headlining some bar, like some show at some big bar, and it was like sold out, and I got kicked out. Like, because I was walking through the bar drinking from a bottle of Jameson that wasn't tagged for the bar, and I just brought it, and I was like drinking, feeling high on life, thinking I was killing it. And yeah, like 21-year-olds think they're invincible. They think they're going to get away with everything. Absolutely. So, I mean, on the one hand, I feel for them. And on the other hand, job's a job. And sometimes you become who you are by fucking up. And like,
exactly.
Things and you get you lose that opportunity. You miss out on that amazing thing that you were going to do, but it's because you did it. And you internalize that and you realize that and you learn, and that's how you grow and learn and become a full person that, you know, understands what making a mistake means and how.
Ryan for president.
Ryan's giving everybody this Hallmark fucking answers and shit. I love it.
I'm saying, that's amazing. He got a perfect chin and teeth and stuff.
Mystina, you can be the vice president. Mystina be your vice president. Like,
yeah.
Right?
Well, first I got to give a shout out to Liz, Miss Liz Faublas. Yeah, you know, like Ryan said, like, you know, he's young, dumb, full of cum, like that's
wow. That was the saying. That was the saying.
But I don't know. It's interesting because when I was much younger, I was kind of like a tight ass, and if those rules were presented to me, I'd be like, oh my God.
No pun intended.
If those rules were presented to me, I'd be like, oh my God, okay, all right. So I gotta do this. It was like almost like it was weird. It was kind of spectrumy a little bit.
Right, because we was broke.
Right. And now I feel like it's almost like the opposite. I feel like I'm so like relaxed and comfortable with who I am. I'd probably make a mistake right now. Like if they gave me a rules to like go by, but you know, it's just very, very dumb. And he definitely is not thinking about his health, because I am very concerned about my health and the health of other people. And I don't know.
Yeah, the health of the team, and they told you it's a protocol saying, hey,
but period. I think who said it? Kanei, she was like, we're not taking this serious enough. And that's a great example.
You know, I have a quick question. I know we're at the end of this, but has anybody kind of looked at other people at how careless they're being, and you kind of start to judge them? Like, I don't think I'm gonna hang out with you when it's over.
When it's normal.
A little bit.
Is it just because I'm like, oh, so that's okay.
You're not gonna hang out with my man Kemah?
You thinking with the wrong name.
You said his name is
Kemah.
Like in Texas, like the boardwalk.
Yeah, like the boardwalk. Yeah.
I like his headband though.
All right, before I let you guys go, I always ask my artists or my comedians, what's the one word that we like to leave with our viewers? What word pops in your head and why? Who wants to go first? Who wants to take the mantle first? Sure, Ryan. Sure.
Love. Love is the first word that came to my brain, and I think it's because that's the number one thing that we all need right now, the thing we all need to focus on and spend our time and energy on. And that's the thing we need to cultivate, and the thing we need to grow, and the thing that we need to care about is love. And you can interpret that any way you want to interpret it. There's a billion different kinds of love, and all of them matter, and all of them are important right now.
Well said. Good night.
Faith. You have to find faith. You have to believe in faith, and you have to be strong in your faith, because that is what is going to lead you into having some type of solace in what's happening right now.
Well said. Trinity?
Peace. I think peace right now is extremely important, because we're in a place to where our spirits are very disrupted. And our norm is not what we're doing right now. So I think that once you find that peace inside of you, you know, you're able to create that space to where you're able to deal with what's going on in this world and what's going on in your own personal life a lot better.
Well said. You got any word, my co-host?
Neck. Because my neck is killing me. I need a massage.
What happened? You slept wrong or something, Steve?
Dead ass. I need a massage. I don't know. I think
just said my neck.
Neck. That's the word.
Oh, God, that's why she's my co-host. She's sucking. She's give it
up. Dang, man. I want to do it.
It's our first full week. It's our first full week hosting for me. She's amazing. I'm so happy that she's part of it.
Yes, she is amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I want to do over. Next time we come on, I'm gonna have a good word like like lube.
Mine is gonna be porn.
That's a compound word. He said one word.
That's funny.
Depends on how you take it. Oh, that's my word right there, Kemah. Look at him. He looking like told you not to bring that ball.
We bring that white devil in my room.
God dang. You wanted some, man, it's way too many free porn sites. Like, you know what? My new word is imagination. Man, like again, creativity. You could have came up with some creative ways where you had a whole full sex something and she ain't even in there, virtual.
That's funny.
What do you think this background usually for? No, I'm just playing.
All right, before we let you guys go, because I know Kanei and Ryan about to bless the stage one more time. Where can they find you at Trinity? Plug your stuff. Where can they find you?
So what is going on with this? Just leave it.
Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
So social media, Trinity Comedy, and for my design, it's Nomelia Designs, but you can totally find that on Trinity Comedy. I'm on Facebook, Trinity Newman, social media, YouTube, Nomelia, and Trinity Newman, all across the board.
Well said. All right. This is one of my favorite part of the show. We get the blessed. I can't picture a better way of closing out this whole week. First, before I bring up Ryan to do 2 songs, Kanei is going to bless us with one more spoken word.
Yeah.
For our audience. Enjoy, guys.
They say I spit fire, but I don't need a pulpit. This gift, this poetry is as real as it gets. The doors of the church are now open. Everybody want to preach scripture, but don't want to live by the word. Now that's a prescription. How we take it when we need it, like God be a doctor and Jesus be his nurse. Philippians chapter 4, 13th verse, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Mm-hmm. See how you want to call on God when you weak, not marching with God, but marching to the sound of your own beat made by your own feet, counting on faith. Mm. You see, faith should have been at your spiritual base. If faith was your fighter, she'd be a heavyweight. If faith was your fisherman, she used shark bait. Drug dealers put their faith in kilos because her value be weight-based. So if that's the case, my faith be equated to infinite bricks. So now you want to talk about religion. Religion was supposed to be about unity. But nowadays, it's more about neighborhoods and communities that pay HOA fees, but I see you tithing, just not in the church. These days, we too afraid to come outside. And not because of the sun's heat, but because of the heat that is caused from the flames of burning churches. Or the heat that give people reasons to shoot without reason. It's crazy because every religion has a different God, but every religion has the same demon. Every religion has so-called heathens, Catholic, Christian, Judaic, and Islamic reasons why the God we serve is perfect. Truth moment. Some of us only claim religion because some of us are self-serving, acknowledging Jesus, Allah, and Jehovah when you start swerving. So that's when you start praying that he saved you when you ain't saved, not giving him the praise, but out here glorifying wannabe rap icons and the so-called role that they pay. Rap will always rob poetry's slave. The beat will always be poetry slave. Duh. So peep this. So if you're supposed to be followers of God, and you follow those who follow God, and you choose to follow those who don't follow God, why do you even find it odd that your soul has been sentenced to hell when he promised you eternal life and all you had to do was live by the scripture? Now that's the Kodak moment. Get the picture? The doors of the church are wide open. Will there be?
Come on. Come on.
That is fucking powerful, man. Jesus Christ. Good luck, Ryan. Jesus. I don't know.
What the hell? What am I supposed to play? What am I supposed to do now?
So done.
What song am I supposed to play after that?
I have an image of you, Ryan, just download like spoken words, just read off the paper going, yeah, Black Power is the power.
I have no clue. I completely rocked off my rock. I don't know what to play next.
I know, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Adam Wells.
Pass the tequila. This one's rough. Close the door. Shut the lights off. Leave me alone here. Don't say a word. I don't want to think about the things we said or heard, because even the right words hurt like hell, and even the right chords start to swell in bitter strains till my heart drops to the ground. And all my good sense fails me now, and all good things make my head pound, and ask why you wait for the come down. All the good ones leave this town. I'll take the blame here. I shouldn't have cared. When you caught my eye, I should not have stared back. I got a problem. I know myself. My heart and my dick are big and thick and dangerous to my health. Wow. Even the right words hurt like hell. Even the right chords start to swell in bitter strains till my heart drops to the ground. And all my good sense fails me now, and all good things make my head bound, and ask why you wait for the come down. All the good ones leave this town. I'm not playing a guilt game. I'm not asking you to stay. You're a robin, I'm a gnarled oak tree. I know I got you at your wit's end. I know I am full of shit, and I won't be the one to uproot and leave. Oh, no, no. And even the right words hurt like hell, and even the right chords start to swell in bitter strains till my heart drops to the ground. And all my good sense fails me now, and all good things make my head pound, and ask why you wait for the come down. All the good ones leave this town. All the good ones leave this town. All the good ones leave.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Is there a link to that song? Because the lyrics, some of those lyrics, I'm gonna need.
Yes. We know which one.
It's on a record that I'm working on. It's not out there just yet, but it will be soon.
Oh shit! He did that. Some world premiere on us. Okay.
This last song, though, you can find everywhere, and it's got some lyrics that I have been told are well loved. Q, you've heard this song before. Thank you for having me. You can find me everywhere online. Ryan Adam Wells, those three names. I'm on every single streaming site. You can find my music everywhere. You can find me everywhere. Follow me, like me, come check my stuff out. This song's called So Here's Me. It's about me. Here we go. Well, I cuss like a sailor, and I drink like a fish, and I talk like a hippie, and I act like I'm a kid, and I dress like a cowboy, I sing like a man, but I don't love like no one else, goddamn. Well, that Indiana dirt is caked thick around my heart. Kentucky bluegrass grows out of my chest and on my arms, and that California sun was beating hard upon my hide. But when it's all said and done, in Texas I will lie, for I cuss like a sailor, and I drink like a fish, and I talk like a hippie, I act like I'm a kid, and I dress like a cowboy,
I sing like a man, and I don't love like no one else, goddamn. I think violence is a weakness. There's always something better. But you talk shit about my family and I leave you stranded in the desert. I'll argue for your honor. Lord, it's words that make the man. I bet $100 my tongue is stronger than your last boyfriend's hands. I cuss like a sailor and I drink like a fish. I talk like a hippie. I act like I'm a kid. And I dress like a cowboy. I sing like a man. And I don't love like no one else, goddamn. And if you wanna be with me, you gotta understand you won't ever tie me down. If you wanna be with me, that's to show you the best damn night you ever had in this old town. Lord, I cuss like a sailor, I drink till I'm sick, I talk like a jackass, God, I still think I'm a kid. The church taught me how to sing. The church taught me how to lie. Hey, I was raised a Christian, but I don't think God minds that I cuss like a sailor, and I drink like a fish, and I talk like a hippie. I act like I'm a kid, and I dress like a cowboy. I sing like a man, and I don't love like no one else, goddamn. Lord, I fucking cuss like a sailor. I fucking drink like a fish. Oh, I talk like a jackass. I still think I'm a kid. Hey, I dress just like my grandpa. And I sing like a man.
Yeah.
And I don't love like no one else, goddamn. Oh, no, I don't love like no one else, goddamn.
Yes.
Bravo, bravo.
I'm missing the spoons. I needed the spoons.
That was
Right.
awesome.
Spoons to this.
Awesome,
That
awesome,
was
awesome,
awesome.
awesome,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
You guys, man, I feel like this is probably one of the best shows I've had ever, guys. It was just perfect. It was we really had one comedian on the show, but it felt like it was a whole bunch of comedians.
Yeah.
We had everybody just vibing. I mean, my co-host was literally just first week she's doing this show, and everybody just y'all made it so much easier for her, and it was great, man.
That's Oprah. That's Oprah.
That's got the Oprah. She's Oprah. She's the Puerto Rican Oprah. She's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico.
Right. That's right. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card.
Everybody get the card. Everybody gets cards.
Look under the seat. Look under the seat. Look under the seat.
All right, guys. One more time. Where can they find you at? Plug your stuff, please. If you got a Venmo, Cash App, all that stuff, plug your stuff. One more time.
Shit. Trinity. Trinity Newman. $ Trinity Newman. Remember, I lost my job. I take all payments. Nah. That's it. But Trinity called me across the board. Okay, that's it.
All right. Good night.
Kanei Poetry, Kanei Poetry. You can find me.com. I am Kanei on Instagram. I'm streaming on everything. I am the first poet on Pandora. I have my own Pandora station. You can find me on Kanei Radio on Pandora. I'm one of the first poets that's streaming on Tidal. Like we doing big things over here. You can Cash at me, follow me on Facebook, Lakia Mitchell, and my professional.
Come on.
There you go. That's professional right there. That's professional. Ryan.
Ryan Adam Wells everywhere. I'm on every streaming platform. I'm on every social media platform. It's those three names right there. Ryan Adam Wells. And you can that's my Venmo as well, is at Ryan Adam Wells. And my PayPal is Ryan Adam Wells at Gmail. And please give me a follow. Check out my stuff on Spotify. And there'll be new stuff dropping this year. I'm also in a band called the Quarantiners. We formed in quarantine.
I love it.
We're
Ryan,
you can get our stuff on Bandcamp, and it's the Quarantiners. It's a lot of fun.
Ryan, you do realize your initials is Raw?
I do.
You might want to use that. You might want to use that as your. I mean, I'm sure you can use that.
Hilariously, like I was a big fan of ODB, and I used to cover that song.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Raw. I used to cover that as one of my tunes.
I like that. Where can they find you, my host? Where can they find you at? Plug your
Well,
stuff.
you guys can find me on Mistina Sound on Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Mistina Soul, S-O-L, and Karma's Tea. I have a jazz indie R&B band. So y'all can follow that and just enjoy yourselves.
Wait, is it Karma like K or is it like
K,
oh,
yes.
right. Okay.
Karma's
Okay.
Tea. Karma''S.
Come on. Okay.
Well, on that note, guys, I hate to tell you guys you got to go, but you ain't got to get out of hand. All that good stuff. No, this was an awesome show, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys don't get off the once we get off air. I need to talk to all three of y'all right quick and lock some dates in. But like I said, please follow Trinity. Please follow Ryan. Please follow Kanei. Please follow obviously my lovely host Mistina. My name is Cooley Genty. Come back next week Monday. I have a comedian named Max Whitetracks. He's from LA. I have a comedian from New Orleans named Nikechi, and I have my man Marlon Ballard coming back. He did it last week, but he's so good. He's coming back again next week Monday. So please check out my show, Comics Talking Shit. Same time, same place. I'm your host with my co-host. We'll see y'all.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Peace.